enough piece of the pie to where we'll just be happy and have a great time. But that's somebody that jumps up with the great idea that they're better in the individual category than they are in a collective category of others. There's somebody that wants to shine and want to be seen. They don't want to create corporation and connection and collaboration. They want some attention. And so they walk around, and even though y'all all sit at the table together, they keep on talking about you work for them. And talk about you under them. I'm real careful. I'm real careful when people are seeking titles and positions more than they're seeking connection and collaboration. Because connection and collaboration say we are all working on the same vision. We are all going in the same direction. And my title is only to identify my responsibility, not my lordship. Somebody in here, you need to catch that right here. My title identifies my level of responsibility and not my headship. Servant leaders is what God calls to the kingdom. You want to lead, then you must serve according to Jesus. You want to be the greatest, then you must serve all. Anybody in here? And what God says, I'm about to put the people out of your life. Second vision, watch this. That's creating distractions to the vision. I want you to do a funeral today in your life. I want you to take your last second, and I don't want you to give a minute to it because they ain't worth the minute that you're going to cry. Because they was never a part of the intended purpose of God in terms of the vision for your life. For every old relationship that's not your future, take 1 second, drop 1 tear, and then open your eyes and say it's a new reality. One more time. For every bad business relationship, for every bad connect in terms of family, friend, and others that was more working against you than working with you, I want you to drop 1 tear, open your eyes, and declare it's a new reality. For every member that you thought came in as a member but really came in as a monster and trying to consume and chew up stuff and consume people versus develop and grow, I want you to look, listen here, drop 1 tear, open your eyes, and then say it's a new reality. Because all of us have to realize that whenever God casts vision and set vision, the enemy knows the only way to hit the vision is to send someone to pretend to be part of it. I wish I had time in here to tell you how you can discover people who are not a part. People who are not a part is always people who bring subvision, their vision, another vision, trying to alter the vision, always trying to talk about readjusting and redirecting the vision, always talking about they got a vision too. Then if you had a vision, then God would have sent you to a place that had no vision so you can plant your vision. If he sent you where there's a vision in place, he intended for you to participate in the vision that he already cast. Somebody in here need to catch that in terms of family, because you keep on trying to cast your vision for family, and God said, I already cast a vision for family. I just need you to read my Bible. I just need you to read what I say concerning family. And when you read what I say concerning family, you got, was anybody trying to cast vision in terms of, I'm going to raise my children this way? Why don't you raise your children in the Lord? Why don't you train them up in the way they should go? Why don't you raise them up in the admonition of the Lord? And then you guarantee that that vision will work, because that vision comes with both promise and power. Yes, sir. Thank you, God. Always have someone. And God said, I'm going to get them out. But not only did he say, I'm going to get them out, he said, but I'm going to judge them for what they did. Woo! And right before he goes into the vision, he had released a judgment. And that old Zechariah dealing with the judgment of the other ones, and he's in a form of weeping, and God is about to call him into a new place. Watch this here, you got to catch it in the text. That when we get to the text, in verse 10, he's calling them out of reality. Verse 1, he's calling them out of reality of chapter 3, where he have now pronounced judgment over those. And then when you accomplish his purpose, he'll turn around and get you for getting him. Somebody in here just missed that in the room. Somebody in here just missed this in the room. Because you know it was God who sent them to get his people so they can get back in line. It was God that sent them so that they can get his people, so his people can recognize ain't nobody like Jesus. It was God that sent them to let them recognize you want to be like the world, you want to live like the world, you want to act like the world, you want to operate as if you don't have a God like the world, then I'm going to let them get you and let them have you for a while. Matter of fact, 70 years, and when I come back, you'll be ready to call my name again. You'll be ready to praise me again. You start realizing it is not about you, but it's about the God that created you. And so God sent them in to get his people. But the God that sent them in to get them, after he got through using for chastising, he turned around and got the ones that chastised him. Don't ask, it's his sovereign choice. It ain't fair because it's God. God sent them in because God knew they was already doing it to everybody else. He just moved the heads from his people and let them do it to them as well. So some of the stuff you're going through, the devil didn't do it. God has allowed your enemy, allowed you to have your enemy like you want your enemy.
Come on now. Come on now.
Okay, let me go ahead and preach this thing this morning. Watch this right here. You told God that you wanted somebody godly. You told God you wanted to live for him. You told God that you would give him your all. And then when you finally ran into a few people and became popular among them, then you forsake God, the name of God, the purpose of God, the will of God, the way of God. And now you're hanging out and you're popular and people like you and know you. And now since you know and like, well, where were you when nobody knew you? Where were you? You know how it is. You know what Drake said. Started at the bottom, but now I'm here. But Drake to tell you, when you're at the bottom, you can't find too many friends, not many supporters, and not many help. But God will send you somebody. And you remember those days when you wasn't that popular. You remember that day when you was trying to juggle two nickels. You remember those days when you were just trying to make it. And nobody knew your name and nobody wanted to know your name. But the good news and the grace of God is he came in. And when he blessed you, you left him. All right, let me drop points in this place. Listen, the first 5 verses start dealing with you and I awaken to a new reality. One of the things we heard about Josh Jacob, that even after he got to college, he still slept on the floor because it was his reality. Can I tell you this morning, God is trying to wake some of us up in this room? Because even when you leave out of here, you're going to worry more about your bills than you are going to worry about the vision that God has to cover your bills. Even when you leave out of here, you're going to think more about what you need to do in order to make it tomorrow, other than to think about what I need to do to establish the future where I'm going. Even right here, you're going to make choices and decisions about your moment and make investments in your moment that'll keep you from making investments in your future. Even while you're in here, you're going to still hold on to people who are holding you back, holding you down, and don't want you to move forward because they don't have vision for their life and they have no place to go. They cannot afford to let you get away because nobody else is going to hang there with you. Y'all want me to talk in this room? Y'all want me to tell biblical truth, or y'all want me to tell you allegories and lies that'll make you feel good? I would love to tell you that everybody walking with you is working for you, but I want to bring you to the reality that some folk walking with you is walking against you. Okay, you're not for me as long as all the things that you do for me is to accommodate you. No. See, that's the illusions of Gregor. That's what you need to catch. That whenever you no longer appease people, how do they treat you when you no longer appease them?
That's the truth.
See, some people are nice to you because you're nice to them. Some people like you because, they think you like them. Drop a little gossip. And let somebody drop gossip. It happens to me all the time. I don't know how many times I can be in so many people here saying stuff that I never ever said, never ever thought. But by the time somebody else get it, and they tell my pastor said that, and I'm real strange when I find people be saying I said something. I say, don't you do that?
I know you will.
Don't represent my name out of your mouth because of something you want to say. Yeah. Pastor, why you dropping that? Because some people want other folk to dislike you so that they can be the only one liking you, so that you be the only one that they can depend on. Let me help you in this room. People who come to grow vision is never sending other people away and never ever running other people off and not creating an atmosphere that is hostile towards others or disregarding or disrespectful to others or not trying to draw attention to themselves. People who come to grow vision is people that sees people and figure out how we can work them in, give them an assignment, let them get busy. They ain't trying to feed the new members. They ain't trying to run off the ones that just got started. They ain't trying to bring, they're trying to figure out how we can embrace them. Whether you like them or not, you need to recognize that the vision is greater than your life, greater than what you want, greater than what you see. But when God sees, he sees everyone that he called to the vision and work together in the unity of faith. Don't make me shout in here, because some of us need people to be in the unity of our opinion. I don't need you to look like me. I don't need you to think like me. I don't need you to talk like me. I don't need you to walk like me. I don't even need you to live like me. I just need you to wake up in the morning and know we both on the same faith. And our faith ought to call us to a similar walk. Our faith ought to call us to a similar talk. Our faith ought to call us to a similar way, the way we live and treat others. And I'm still trying to figure out what faith you of, that you're always gossiping about people and always judging people and always lying on people and always blocking people and always trying to face off people versus opening your arms like the one that died for all humanity and shout it out, whosoever will. There's a sinner wanna come, let him come. If a liar wanna come, let him come. Whether rich or poor, let him come. Doesn't matter about color, doesn't matter about shapes or size. He died so all can come. And I shouted that out because that's his vision. And if that's his vision, then it must be the church vision. If it's his vision and the church vision, it must be the pastor vision. If it's a pastor vision, then it must also be the people vision. We need to be awakened to a new reality. That God is no longer judging you. And God has took care of the enemy that's been trying to distract you. And you ain't got no reason. Some of us got enemies that are bills. Some of us got enemies. Somebody in here other than me. You know, I look at my bills and say, you're an enemy. The devil is a lie. I'm coming out of debt. No. Nobody got the enemy of debt. What about the enemy of stress? What about the enemy of disbelief? You ain't got no enemy like that. What about the enemy of sickness? What about the enemy of death? Bury one, now you're about to bury another, and you just can't get yourself together because you're spending too much time grieving over those that you love. Is there anybody who got some enemies other than the people that you identify? He said, Zachariah, let them know I'm going to take care of the enemy. Somebody in here ought to be shouting and praising. Because that means God's going to figure a way to get you out of debt. Somebody in here ought to be shouting and praising. Because God is about to figure out a way to eliminate your stress. Somebody ought to be shouting and praising. Because God is about to open a new door for you. So you can have more money than month. God is about to open a new door with you. So you can quit juggling pennies and nickels and juggling dollars and thousands. God is about to open a new door for you. But you got to be awakened to your new reality. God can't open the door if you ain't aware that the door is open. Yeah. You ever exit the mall? And somebody in the store told you, you can exit this way. And when you get to the mall exit, you got about 7 doors. But you got to figure out which one is the open door. Tell your neighbor this morning, maybe 7 doors. But there's an open door just for you. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to exit the mall. I'm trying to get into bank investment. I don't know about you, I'm trying to exit the mall. I'm tired of temporal blessings with temporal clothes that wear out with somebody else's name on it. I need to create my own brand. I need to buy my own stuff. But I'm going to have to exit the mall. I'm going to have to find the door that exits the mall that'll leave me with some money so I can invest in the vision. All right. Let me leave you alone. You got to be awakened to a new reality. Because if you ain't awakened to a new reality, you'll still go over and still do the same old reality that you done. Some people in here fighting to keep your current reality.
Jesus.
Come on now. You already know. Come on now.
Pastor, you don't know me like that. Yes, I do.
Hello, Daddy.
You're praying for things that you ain't practicing.
Jesus.
Well, it take no rocket science to realize that if you pray for something, prayer means I just ask for divine help in my human situation. But if I don't have no human movement, then it's very possible that I ain't going to get no help, because even where the help that I need ain't where I am. Because if it was where you were, then you would not be praying for it. You'll already be experiencing. Did that make sense to anybody here other than me? The problem is somebody trying to ask God for help, but you're in the same situation. Trying to ask God for help, but you're doing the same thing. Trying to ask God for help, but you're living in the same continent, the same reality, have the same mindset, and the same. All right. Let me leave you alone. But watch this. So once you are awakened to your new reality, hallelujah, you must readjust to the new reality. The old reality was they did it in their own might. They did it in their own strength. They did it their own way. That was the old reality. Hallelujah. The old reality is that they made bad allies and bad connections. The old reality, like Solomon, who's the second king, that they make alliances with people that would misalign them with the God that had birthed them. Like Solomon, they have now sat down at the table and thought themselves able to be able to sit down with other people that had other gods while they create social programs and political programs. And together, somebody in here, you just missed that in this room. Watch this right here. That's why you get to talking about our presidents. I ain't found one yet that's God enough, and that got enough God in them to do the God thing in the country that we call under God. I ain't found not a one, not Trump, not Obama, not Clinton, not Bush, 1, 2, or 3. Watch it. I haven't found what 3? You know, Jared was supposed to be there too. But all of them, not one of them, have done enough God stuff in America so America can be look like God, act like God. Pastor, that's offensive. No, that's the truth.
Amen. That's right. Amen.
I have no political weight. But I got a spiritual message that to America and everybody that live in it, until we align with who we say we are, then nothing ain't gonna align between the two of us.
Jesus.
Democrats and Republicans ain't never coming together. Republican president and Democrat president will never connect, nor independent of anything else, because the glue that holds us together, the core of who we ought to be, we have left out, and he's the one that can bring us together. You must adjust to your new reality. Watch this right here. He says to him, he said, let them know that Zerubbabel is going to do this not by power, no military might, nor power, nor by might, not the muscle of man, not the political influence of men. And that's why big men and women of God leaving the church, trying to connect with political people they ought not agree with. I don't care what nobody say. There should not have been a pastor or preacher standing on some platforms that we saw some political people cast that we know that was cast away from God. So I'm talking to somebody the other day. I told them, no matter who I vote for, once they make a vote against God, I'm now standing against them. I don't care their color, their creed, their kind, their age. I don't care their disposition. I don't care their religious party. I don't care where they come from. I don't care what lead or whatever. And I don't care what threats that is made. If you don't, I can care less, because I stand to proclaim that it's God's way or nobody else's way. We must readjust to our reality. All of us in here to talk about, I need Trump to help get us out of this financial woe. We need Obamacare. No, you need some God care. I can't even say nothing about my good president, one I was favoring like much. I don't know how he killed Freddie Mac, Freddie Mae, all of them, the bank and everything else. And we still looking for savior in human skills.
Jesus.
We still think it can be done by the might of man. We still think it can be done by the political office, the social office, the educational office. And we've gotten all of those things, and it's still not done. We have grown in terms of how many go to college and how many finish. We're grown in advancement degrees, advancement education. And the family still is messed up, if it ain't even messed up even more.
Come on now.
Mamas and daddies sit at the table, have psychological and psychology backgrounds in terms of things, and can't even figure out how to get some little 1-year-old, 2-year-old to get up and do what you tell them to do. We've been moving forward and moving backwards at the same time, because we're trying to establish something that ain't been established by God. And what God has called us to, we've moved away from, trying to appease the social climate of our day. So busy trying to look like others, think like others, be like others, be popular like others. We can't even be the people of God. You and I must readjust to the new reality. And the new reality is that God ain't asking you for your might, not asking you for your power, but he's about to do it by his spirit. Yes, watch this right here. God don't need soldiers to fight. He needs servants to submit. Can I help you in this room? God doesn't need soldiers to fight. He needs servants to submit. Pastor, what you mean? God said, if I can find some submitted servants, I'll do the fighting. You don't believe me? Ask Gideon. Gideon can take my 300 and kill thousands. 40, 50,000 of men with just 300 servants that are submitted. Okay, you don't believe that one? What to do some real work in here. I'm sweating. Watch this here. This is the last one. You must readjust to the reality that God is not doing this based upon you.
Right.
He's doing it and fulfilling the vision based upon his grace. Watch this. Because some of us are trying to figure out how to get it done. I wish I could give a testimony in this room. I'll give it later. Listen, how I can get it done. Can I give you a word in this room? It's called grace. An unmerited favor from God that has nothing to do with you, but it has everything to do with his plan. And all God is trying to say to you and I, stop trying to work for what I want to give you. Stop trying to hustle what I already said you can have. Yeah, stop trying to get what has already been given. I need you to just get up and go get it. Watch this, the story of Israel is so tragic because when God get ready to move them out of the wilderness, God says to Moses, and watch it in Numbers 31, he says to Moses, tell them Moses to go spy the land that I'm going to give them. Watch this right here, opposite word give. One more time, opposite word give. Moses tell them to go look at what I'm about to give them. Anybody in here ever been window shopping? Okay. You ever been window shopping? I go window shopping all the time. Even when I go shopping, I window shop for the stuff I know I don't have the money to cover right now. But true story, watch. One day I went window shopping, but a friend was walking alongside of me window shopping. And I said, boy, I sure love to have that jacket. I ain't gonna tell you how much the jacket cost, but I couldn't afford it. Watch this. I could not afford it. And watch what happened. Father's Day rolled around. And I got a gift set.
Come on now.
And I'm checking this out like, who did send me? I thought my little kids and came up and decided to be nice to me. So they mailed the package. Normally they give, they walk them on over. You know what I mean? Somebody then sent me something via UPS. And I'm trying to figure out who sent me this. Woo! I went and window shopping. Hanging out in the woodlands, just hanging out. Wishing God we moving here one of these days, going this direction someday. Not moving there, we moving here. So, and so I said, just window shop for the jacket, Brother Brad. And I opened that. And boy, yeah, just like that. Boy, the veins start popping. You know, the first thing you start doing is trying to figure out, now who sent me that jacket? But I can eliminate it to one other person that was walking with me that knew that I wanted it. I know the people in the store didn't send it because they didn't have my address. I immediately picked up the phone and told you, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me help you in terms of what God told Israel. All he told them to do, go window shopping, and I got a surprise for you. But how many of us in here know that you can't even properly window shop and receive a gift if you're still trying to hustle to get it? And they went to go, he told them to go window shop, and they went to try to buy with their own strength. They tried to buy with their own vision. They tried to buy with their own strength. And because of that, they spent 40 more years and never got what they went window shop for. And God gave it to the children that was lesser than them. As if God said, I'll take what you thought was small and what you thought was vulnerable and what you thought that the enemy would destroy. God said, I'll take children into a dangerous land and make giants shake. There's a generation that'll get what you're not getting because you scared to go get it, and they ain't got enough sense of nobody to kill them, and they're trusting God, and they're about to go get what you wouldn't go get. They're about to go get what mama wouldn't get, daddy wouldn't get, friends and grandpapa wouldn't get, because they're courageous enough to think that God will do it. Let me give you this last one. And this is people who, when God is trying to readjust your reality, that all too many times some of us spend too much time trying to make God accept ours and not accept his. And so when you get to when he said, don't despise small beginnings, you know what I actually what God is saying? Don't reject the vision that I put in front of you. It's just the beginning. It's just where I'm getting you started. It ain't the ultimate experience. It's just a experience. And many of us can't get past a experience to get to the ultimate experience because we stuck. You're so busy talking about what's going on with you now. You can't even talk about what you want to go on with.
Come on. Come on. Right.
You're so busy seeing the bad in the person on side of you that you can't see the good on this person that or the growth that's in them.
Wow. That's good, Pastor.
You're so busy judging them for their past that you miss in the present that they're not doing the same thing. They're not the same people. They're not acting the same way. There's a new them that is evolved. But because you stuck in a action, in an old action, you can't see the new action that is going on and you still tripping.
Come on. Come on.
You so despise what had happened and what you went through that you won't let it come. And hear what God is saying to them. Who is it that despise small things? Not beginnings. He said things. Where did he get it from? Because the temple that was about to build was smaller than the temple of Solomon. Watch this. But he said, you had a temple that was great and grand, but it led you astray from me and led me to destruction. Wow. And led you to destruction. Wow. You had something you could brag about and talk about. You was balling and booming when you was in Solomon temple, but you also was straying. You wanted the temple to give you reputation in the community and among the people so you can talk about how big and how great this temple was. And God says, I want you to know I'm not about temple, I'm about building people. Tell somebody in this room, God downsized you so he can reconnect with you. So you can really know what life is about. Because all of us in here always think life is about our grand stuff. We think life is about our beautiful wives and our beautiful husband and our wonderful children and our nice house and our wonderful cars, and we're thinking about our job, our age. We think about life is about all this other stuff that catches the glitter of man's eye, but also cause man's heart to stray. Woo! And while they was booming in Solomon's temple, they had so much room they could let other gods serve in God's house. And they would worship other gods. God says it's time to streamline this thing. So that you ain't talking about the temple, but you're talking about what goes on in worship. Somebody in here just missed that thing in this room. Because a lot of us are running around talking about the temple. But we ain't talking about what happened in worship. Some of us are so impressed with the temple that we can't be impressed with the God that blessed them with the temple. Some of us are so caught up in the lights and everything that is moving around to where you ain't caught God or the vision of God or the move of God yet. And all you leave out of church talking about church was good, but you never talk about how good God was to you and what gave Paul a thorn in the flesh so that he may keep him pressed under measure. And he gave him a thorn in the flesh so he wouldn't get beside himself. And Paul said, move it, God. God said, ain't gonna move it. My grace is sufficient. I gave you just what you need to contain you from getting out of control and becoming too arrogant and too conceited and to think that you're more than just a servant, Paul. I gave you a thorn so that I can keep you. Nobody wake up in the morning, Brother Karen, ask for thorns. But God casts a vision for a thorn on you. Because what God is going to do with you in the spirit realm, and the authority that he's going to release to you, and the grace and the power that God is going to do with you, he has to give you a thorn. Because if he only take you to heaven and let you see heaven, but don't turn around and get you something to keep your feet planted on earth, you are a fool. I know how Paul felt. Because every time when you think about it, I've been where others would wish to go. I experienced what others would wish to experience. But then, Brother Brad, you come back and you come to the reality, but I've done some things that others don't.
Come on.
Okay. Watch this. One more time. You got to accept God's vision. Watch this. It's not your vision. He put the plumb line in Zerubbabel's hand because Zerubbabel was in his hand. And the worst person that you can attempt to allow to start casting vision for the vision of God is somebody that's not in his hands. Okay, y'all don't like that? There are people that will come to the vision table and start talking about, Pastor, I think we ought to, and first thing I check off, is they in his hands? Whew. Lord, I want to shout in this place. Lord, I want to press this issue. And you ain't wondering, Pastor, what do you mean, am I in his hand? Have you talked to him lately? What's your prayer life look like? I ain't asked you about your personal life, I asked you about your prayer life. Because all our personal life can get tore up, but if you got a prayer life, he'll straighten it out. Woo! Yeah. What your prayer life is like. Well, watch this right here. Now watch this. If your prayer life good, I can look over your personal life because I know sooner or later prayer will change things. I know sooner or later prayer will get out of your way and out of your life what you can't get out. I ain't worried about your personal life. I'm worried about your prayer life. And if I don't ever see you at prayer meeting and I don't know that you're going, you don't have to come prayer meeting. Sometimes it's too far to travel. Just pray wherever you are and have a meeting with. Don't be caught with one of those human lifetime, Pastor, I pray at home, and you know you ain't praying at home. You watching Empire at home. You ain't praying. You know, I pray at home. Well, pray then. Because I know if you keep praying at home, sooner or later you're going to want to pray where God tell you to come and pray. And we got to accept, we must accept God's vision. And they was despising the fact that the temple was small. Let me close right here. You hear him say, grace, grace. Then he says to him, I put the plumb line in Zerubbabel's hand. Because I know you. Because you will trump the vision of God because of something you want. You'll make it bigger than what God wanted it to be. You'll make it about what God don't want it to be about. You'll draw your own plans. And so God is looking for men and women that he can trust to get a plumb line to. And say, you're only going to put it where I say put the plumb line. You're going to build it like I said, no matter where you've been, who you are. You got to remember that when he's talking about Zerubbabel is actually the apparent heir to the throne. So actually he's a king, but he's only acting as a community leader. Hallelujah. Can you lose your king status and still serve the people of God no matter what position you're in? That's powerful. People get on my nerves, I promise you, and I'm sorry to let you know that you get on my nerves just in case you want to get off of them. You'll know how you get on them. You run around and talk about what position you have. You talk about what you can do, but you never do. You spend more time talking about a position and don't spend enough time talking about work that you're doing. I know who you are, and I know where you are, and I know what type mighty you wear, but can I see the evidence of that position? Can I see the evidence of that work? Can I see the evidence of that anointing? Can I see the evidence of that participation? Quit talking about it and be about it. Y'all want me to leave you alone anymore? All right. I'm checking the faces in the room that tell the pastor you done gone too far. God is looking for men and women to put the plumb line in their hand that want to adjust his vision. Let me testify. All my days I've been part of what was considered to be mega church. The church I grew up in 5th Ward, Texas, Greater Mount Honor Baptist Church, where H.A. King was the pastor. We hit 1,000 plus back then, 2 services, night service and both are full. Great ministry, on the move, TV ministry. One of the few at the time to be on TV ministry. I grew up under that. I was his godson. I got the chance to carry his briefcase and share his love offering with him. Amen. I walked with him on a consistent basis. Exposed to him. And then, went to the home church. And he was on his way to be mega too. He was growing out of leaps and bounds and on his way too. And then went there, and the way I served at Greater Mount Zion with Pastor Ralph Douglas West when he launched a church without walls, which we knew to be Brook Hollow. I was one of the first youth pastors there. I was the first youth pastor there, and served under him all the way till we got to Bingham to the new building where I was first called a pastor, and God called me to pastor in a small place. I didn't mind going to a small place because I believe that God had enough on me to make a small place big. And I would preach my heart out, Cab. I would preach it, and I spent 7 years there. I got through with the assignment of building the building, adding on to the church and things like that, add on to what every Baptist want, a fellowship hall. Back then, that was after we want a fellowship hall. Got there. Got it. Went in to wash my hands. I finally got an office that I could enjoy. And I go in to wash my hand, and God said, you finish it. Church is at capacity. God says you finish it. I'm like Scooby-Doo like that. They finally trusted me to pastor them. And you're not telling me I gotta leave. God sends me to start again, and here we go again in a small place. And I keep on fighting God on this as we grow. Then I'm like, what is this? I know everybody in this room that I just want to check. And God says, because you keep on trying to cast the vision that you saw, and not the one that I've given you.
Come on.
Can I help you in this room? And finally, on Hamilton Street, God says to me, I wish we would have had vision out. We should have every vision Sunday. We should have a vision out in terms of what we do in terms of a vision. God said to me, I'm not calling you to make a church or make a big church. I'm calling you to create enough small church that has connection where they experience shepherding, where they experience community and connection. I'm calling you to create an atmosphere to where you don't need no but a couple of hundred people in each local place as we keep on. Watch this right here. Don't mistake us growing small church with us not growing. We plan on growing. We're going to grow a small church, then we're going to grow another small church, then we're going to grow another small church. So all the people who come in here think that the agenda is to keep the church small. That's not true. The agenda is to grow small churches. And you got to keep growing to keep on growing them. And so everybody come in may not fit in this church, but may fit in the next one. So don't run them away. They may not be your flavor. They may be too Pentecostal for you, but it ain't for you to turn them out. God will gather us all in one place, and then he'll separate and dispatch us when he get ready. Sit down, hold your hearts. If the person next to you shout, then like shouting for that season, amen. You may learn something. You may learn how to let go some of that pressure and some of that stress on. If the person on the next time you start talking about healing, leave them alone, because you may come in sick one day and can't get to the pastor, and they may lean over and lay their hands on you and you get well. If the people next to you speaking in tongues, leave them alone, because it ain't demons. ring today so I can tell everybody I'm already married. Leave me alone.
I know that's right.
I'm already married to him. I'm signed on the rest of my life. If I listen here, if God don't send me the one, then I hang on like Paul, and I just stay married to him. Leave me alone. I ain't looking for no wife. I'm looking for the kingdom. And quit getting mad at the person who you think looking at me, because it doesn't go by your approval, by mine. And the last time I checked, I ain't looking. Can't run vision for trying to run me. Some can't run vision. Rob, y'all can cut this off. We won't say this one, all right? We already passed 30 minutes, so Rob, don't you see that? Can I help you in this room? Let's make some readjustment. So busy running to me, you about to run somebody else off because you're scared. You don't have a slot if you got to run somebody else off. I'm shutting down. I'm right where we need to be. Because too many people coming here with your vision. And sometimes ain't the vision about this building, it's about people. Pastor, I think you ought to have them do this. And I be looking over there like, what you need to be doing?